welcome back. It's CPJ again, part 2 of the How to Mod series. So in part 1 we covered the basic of bare minimum, what you need just to make a mod. Alright, now we're going to go into actually creating our own custom item. We'll start off with something simple, and we will go in to make ourselves a storage box. Alright, so we'll come up here to Game, put on our blueprint filter, search, and we're going to type in storage, if I could type, box. So you're going to see all of these different things come in. Now we want to grab everything that is storage box small. Okay, so we'll bring this over to our test mod and copy here, and this over to our test mod, copy here, and same with all these other ones that are small. And just bring them all over here to our test mod. Give it a moment to copy, and there we go. So now we have all of our stuff right here. This is the engram entry that we were talking about earlier that goes into our primal game data. So let's open up our primal game data. Like I said before, primal game data can be a little bit slow when you open it. We'll use our best friend, show only modified, additional engram blueprint classes, and we are going to put our engram into here. Hopefully the dev kit didn't just crash on us, which it loves to do. Looks like it did. I'll just give it a moment. So you can usually tell if your dev kit crashed or not by opening up your task manager and seeing if the memory usage for Unreal Engine is going up or down. If it's not moving at all, or it's moving very slowly, then most likely it's crashed. So for the sake of time, I'm just going to pause the video and relaunch the dev kit, and I'll be right back to this exact screen. Alright, so we want to insert in our engram entry, okay, and save and compile. And we can close out of that. And let's see. Oops. I want to open up our engram entry. Now this controls what level it gets unlocked at, or the minimum required level to unlock it, how many points it takes. So let's go and say we want to have this require you to be at least level 5, and 3 engram points is fine. We want to be able to craft this in our player inventory. Okay. Our blueprint entry, this is what we're crafting. We need to change it to our storage box. So let's go and let's rename this. We're going to call this storage box small plus. And we're just going to insert that right into there. As you can see, it changed. Alright. We're going to leave all the rest of this stuff as is. This would control, what engram group it is, what it actually is. If it's a functional building, a workbench, a weapon, we're going to pick out what age we want this to be in. Since this is an early starter building, or starter structure, we want to keep it right there in age original. Alright, and we are done with this section right here for our engram entry. Next, we want to move on to the actual storage box building blueprint. Okay. Once again, show only modified as our best friend. Okay. Now we want this to be storage box small plus. A special small box to store goods in. So this is where we would control what it actually takes to craft it. since we're going to make it a little bit bigger, we're going to make it cost 20 wood and 25 thatch, and I think that should be okay. We're going to leave the model the same, but the actual structure that we're placing down, we need to change to our modded one. So we want to look for building SM. SM stands for static mesh. We have it right over here. All right, and we're going to go in once again, change the name, so we know we're dealing with our file and not with the vanilla one. We're just going to insert it right in here. Okay, and this one is good now also. We're going to save it, and we're going to move on to the next one, onto the static mesh file. So this is the actual structure file. This is what lets us do all sorts of crazy things with this. We want to have it, let's see, we want it to have, let's say, 1,000 health. And the descriptive name is the name that comes up when you look at it. So we'll change that to storage box small plus. Alright. And we will hit save. We need to make sure that we're consuming the correct item. As you can see, we're still consuming the original storage box small, and we've already made our file for the building blueprint, and we're just going to insert it right into here. Okay, and save. And then we want to go over here to components, and this is one thing that gets a lot of people messed up, because when you start messing with inventories, things can get kind of confusing. The default inventory is still going to be there when you first open this up. So what we want to do is we want to right click it and hit delete. Okay, then we want to hit add component, and we want to actually use the one that we copied over. So just for ease of finding it, I would recommend putting in our name change first. Alright, and then we can just type into here plus, and it's right here. So now we have our custom inventory assigned to this small storage box, okay, and we can now change how many slots it has, for example. So we're going to do save and compile, and just because I don't really care for working through the details over here, I'm just going to open it up, and once again, best friend, show only modified. Now we want this to have more inventory slots, so we're going to crank this up to, let's say double the amount, 30. Okay, and we're going to add in storage box plus, and we're going to hit save and close out of that. We can close out of that. Alright, now one of our other things, I'm just going to make sure I rename this real quick. Okay, so earlier, I just want to add this in, I had said to copy all of the storage box stuff. Well, it turns out that 2 of these files we don't even need. We're not going to use them for this. So you can just go ahead and delete them. There's a lot of ARK material in here, but pretty much the stuff that you're going to use is going to have CW appended to the front of it. So, oops, we don't want to delete that, we want to save that. So now that we've modified all of those files, once it saves, we have to do one more thing because we're actually dealing with a structure. We need to go to our primal game data, and we have to put in additional structures, to place, and all we're going to do is add in our static mesh right there. Let's save and compile. Close out of it, and we're going to hit play, and we want to go and give ourselves one of these small storage boxes. As you see, we just got it up there in the top center, and we're going to place it. So when we look at it, it says storage box small, 1,000 out of 1,000, and we have 30 slots. And we're pretty much done. Now, say we want to pick this thing up, right? Because right now we can't. Let's go and hit escape, get out of there, and we want to go to the static mesh file, and we want to type in pickup, and pickup gives item. We're going to select our building blueprint and pop it in here, save, and actually I did notice something. We have, this is correct. Let me make sure the name, because the name didn't look right here. There we go. Small plus, and close up, hit play. Gotta love the wait times. And so we're going to go and give ourselves one of these again. And it's placed. Now it says the right name down below. If we hold E, now we can pick it up. So now we have replaceable items. And our name is replicated all the way across. And that's it for this part, creating a custom structure.